Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the Here to Listen podcast. We've got some short ones for you this time. We're going to be doing organisational ones. So this is number one. This is our little experiment. Our little guinea pig is here in the form of Rianna Steers. She works for CHUMS and has gladly come on to talk to us a little bit about her organisation. So say hi, say hello. You can say hello.
Hello.
I thought I'd start by just saying thank you very much. You know, this is really good for us to get this going from a digital point of view with the NCS, and how lovely that we can carry on doing NCS as well. So yeah, thanks for that. So young people would normally have attended a community awareness day, but in the absence of that, here we are. So I'm just going to ask you a few questions. So here we go. So tell us a little bit about CHUMS and what they do as an organisation, and maybe finish with a little bit about what you do for the organisation.
Okay, so CHUMS is a mental health and emotional wellbeing service for children and young people. We cover Bedfordshire, Luton, Cambridgeshire and Peterborough, and we see over 3,000 children per year. We offer a range of different services, anything from children who are suffering with anxiety and low mood. We also see children who have been traumatically bereaved or suffered a trauma in their life that could be witnessing domestic violence, traumatic suicide death, anything like that. I work for the charity which funds 5 of the 9 services that CHUMS deliver. Those services rely solely on fundraising and receive no government funding at all. Those services are the Bedfordshire Suicide Bereavement Service, the Trauma Service, the Baby Loss Service, the Recreational Therapeutic Service and the Disability Friendship Scheme.
Quite involved.
Very involved, yeah.
I was quite surprised to hear about no government funding at all. I would have thought there'd be some streams that could be accessed. In the absence of that, is it obviously you got your fundraising, but is there also like bids and things going on in the background to support you?
So Sue Clark, our head of fundraising, she's in charge of grant applications.
Mm-hmm.
So quite a few of our services, the 5 services, are funded by grants, and then whatever the grants don't cover, we make up with fundraising events.
With the role that you do, what would be sort of a typical, I wouldn't say day, but a typical week for you, like without lockdown, obviously? What would your work involve?
So my title is fundraising and communications assistant. So I do a bit of everything really. I help out with the events. I do the admin of the charity. I do the finance of the charity. So I'm kind of spread all over, just doing bits of and trying to help everyone else with their work. There's only 3 of us in the team at the minute, so it's a very small team with a big target. And during this time, it's really difficult, but everyone's in the same situation, so we're just doing what we can.
Yeah, were there events planned then over the summer?
Yeah, we had loads of events that we've had to either postpone or cancel, but we've had so much response from the public wanting to help with fundraising events. We had a little girl, she was 5 I think, and she rode 5 times around her village with no stabilisers and raised over £1,000 for CHUMS, and it's amazing. Right. It's just little things like that. There's so many different events coming through every day. There's a new event, and it's so lovely to see the community getting involved with that.
Mm-hmm. With the NCS being very focused on social action, you know, we do obviously, we say we sort of lean away from the fundraising side of things, unless it's fundraising for a thing to buy for the charity. Have you got any ideas? Let's look at it sort of both lockdown and not. So let's say, what sort of help would you need from young people if there wasn't a lockdown? Let's start with that.
Okay, so we invite volunteers to come in and help with the admin side of the charity. You could also help with the admin side of the KIC as well, which is obviously the organisation that deliver the mental health and emotional wellbeing service. So there's lots of filing and typing and admin duties to do. If you are DBS checked, I believe we would need help with transporting service users to groups. So obviously if you drive. So for children that are attending our bereavement workshops that can't get there, we would need help with obviously getting them there so that they can receive the support that they need.
Mm-hmm. Do you ever do any group work where you might say have young people attend as either a service user or someone that's experienced difficulties in that area to be a sort of peer mentor, perhaps?
Yeah, we do offer peer mentor support. Jean Gray is our volunteer coordinator. She knows a little bit more about that than I do. I can give you her details if you need to share them or whatever. But we do offer like anxiety workshops and resiliency workshops. They're kind of our first port of call for children who are suffering low mood, anxiety, showing signs of self-harm and things like that. So we do need help and support in those groups too. Yeah.
Okay. And how about support if there is a lockdown? The support that you might need from young people. So imagine, say, we're still on lockdown over the summer. How do you think young people can help you during that time?
It's really difficult because we're still operational, we're still working. Our clinicians are seeing the service users via Zoom calls. So it wouldn't be necessary for anyone to help with that respect. It's literally just a one-to-one phone call just to carry on the service that we're delivering. Mainly sharing our things on social media. We're trying to get out in the community. There's so many areas of Bedfordshire that don't know about CHUMS and Cambridgeshire and Peterborough, so just sharing what we're doing would be great.
I'm reminded of a previous social action project where a group of young people, it might have been for CHUMS, I'm not sure, that did a live stream, sort of a mental health live stream, on for the organisation, so that anybody could kind of tap in or listen or comment or all that. So with mental health charities, that seems a bit of a no-brainer to me, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
The technology that can support the running of the organisation. How would young people contact you? So if they decided to say choose you as the charity they want to support, would you prefer a generic number, a generic email, yours, your mobile? How would they get in contact with you?
So all our calls are being rediverted from our office to my mobile for the charity team. So if you just call 01525 863 924, that will be diverted to my mobile number and I'll be able to take your call. You can email me, Rianna.Steers, that's RIANNA.STEERS @chumscharity.org.
And I'll include both of those in the comments of the YouTube clip as well. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you.
So, yeah, best way. Okay, great. Well, thank you for that. We'll keep it brief because I think that's all that we need to know for now, and then young people can decide how they want to engage with the organisations we're speaking to. So thank you very much for coming on, and hopefully I'll speak to you in person at a future Community Awareness Day event.
Thank you.